The recent race in Jeddah has made headlines, especially with Max Verstappen and FIA President Ben Salama at the center of attention. Verstappen's frustration was evident when Ben Salama, after the race, got involved in a confrontation with the Dutch driver. This moment adds to the growing list of controversies surrounding the current FIA president, raising the question, should Ben Salama step down given the increasing negativity directed towards him? Over time, it's become clear that the president has not earned the respect of some of the sport's top stars. Both Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton have shown visible signs of frustration with his leadership. In Jeddah, Ben Salama's attempts to engage with Hamilton during a press conference were ignored. The seven-time world champion continued walking, making it clear he wasn't interested in any interaction. Now, amid the growing controversy, the conversation between Ben Salama and Verstappen after the Jeddah Grand Prix has sparked a lot of debate. Many are questioning whether Ben Salama is simply trying too hard to hold on to his position as president. Rumors have circulated that Ben Salama told Verstappen not to speak negatively about the controversial opening lap, where Verstappen received a 5-second penalty. However, it was clear that Verstappen wasn't happy with the exchange and made sure his displeasure was known. Interestingly, this situation isn't isolated. Many drivers are ignoring or outright rejecting the orders from the FIA, especially concerning the recent stance on swearing. The lack of support for this decision within the FIA only highlights the growing instability in the governing body. This was further seen in the recent restructuring of the organization, where certain members who opposed Ben Salama were dismissed. Verstappen has since denied rumors that he was reprimanded by Ben Salama regarding his use of strong language over the radio during the first lap of the race. However, he made it clear that he didn't want to discuss the matter further, stating that the truth was something people simply couldn't handle. Verstappen also pointed out that discussing this issue would only lead to further penalties, as the politics within the FIA are too harsh. This has added fuel to the fire surrounding Ben Salama's presidency. His leadership is now under serious scrutiny, and it seems that the negativity surrounding his time at the helm is only intensifying. The latest developments, including the dismissals within the FIA, are likely to impact Ben Salama's chances of being re-elected. Instead of being reappointed, he may very well be replaced. To fully grasp the internal turmoil within the FIA, we need to hear from some of its senior figures, like former Vice President Robert Reid. Reid's departure from the FIA is not an isolated case, and many other members may follow suit due to the increasing instability within the organization. Reports have surfaced claiming that Ben Salama has been firing or forcing certain individuals to quit due to their differing beliefs. If this is true, it could lead to a massive upheaval within the FIA's ranks. This unrest has already been seen in the relationship between the FIA and Formula One. Ben Salama's comments on the Saudi Arabian fund's offer to purchase F1's rights from Liberty Media did not sit well with many in the sport. His statement, telling F1 not to overestimate itself, has damaged potential partnerships and further isolated him within the motorsport community. This is just another chapter in the ongoing saga of his controversial presidency. Additionally, there was a significant event where two key FIA members were barred from attending a critical World Motorsport Council meeting. This happened because they refused to sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, a measure that Ben Salama strongly advocated for. One of the members was Robert Reid, the former vice president, and the other was David Richards, the chairman of Motorsport UK. This meeting was crucial, as it discussed important matters like the mandatory two-stop rule for Monaco, which has now been officially implemented. The decision to make attending members sign an NDA has raised questions about the FIA's commitment to transparency. While confidentiality in such meetings is essential, the way Ben Salama has handled this situation has caused many to doubt the direction the FIA is heading. The refusal to be transparent in their dealings has drawn criticism, especially from the GPDA, and George Russell has been outspoken about the lack of clarity behind closed doors. Robert Reid's departure from the FIA sheds light on the organization's internal struggles. He has openly stated that he didn't agree with the current decision-making process and felt that the FIA was pushing for standards he couldn't support. In his view, these decisions are making racing less competitive and are introducing unnecessary politics into the sport. Reid's departure, alongside others, reflects a larger issue within the FIA, a growing divide between leadership and those who are meant to carry out its policies. These internal changes and resignations are fueling the narrative against Ben Salama. Heading into the upcoming meeting, where he is hoping to secure the votes of key members, his leadership is under fire. The growing instability within the FIA, coupled with these resignations, could be a significant blow to his chances of staying in power. As much as he hopes to be re-elected, the situation is quickly becoming more difficult to navigate. Ben Salama's presidency has faced fierce criticism from various figures within the sport, with George Russell leading the charge. Russell, a key member of the GPDA, has expressed frustration over the lack of transparency in the FIA's operations. He's pointed out that drivers and other members of the GPDA are left in the dark about key decisions and discussions that directly affect the sport. This lack of insight into the FIA's inner workings has led to growing dissatisfaction among the drivers, especially since their safety and the integrity of the sport are at stake. Russell has also made it clear that, as drivers, they are feeling powerless in this situation. Despite efforts to involve themselves in the decision-making process, they've seen little impact on the outcome. The feeling among drivers is that things are going in the wrong direction, and without a major shift, it could lead to even bigger problems for the sport. Russell emphasized the importance of collaboration and the role of Formula One and the teams in working together with the FIA. The trust among the drivers in Stefano Domenicali and the leadership of F1 remains strong, but the situation with the FIA continues to undermine that unity. There is a growing belief that the FIA's current approach is more about power and control than the betterment of the sport. With regulations being introduced without proper consultation and decisions being made in isolation, it's becoming increasingly difficult for the drivers to accept the direction the FIA is heading. As we wrap up this discussion, the future of Ben Salama's presidency is far from certain. The mounting pressure and criticism, combined with internal turmoil and a lack of support, suggest that his time as president may be coming to an end. The question now is whether he can turn things around or if the FIA will need a change in leadership to restore stability to the sport. Only time will tell if this controversial chapter in the FIA's history will lead to meaningful change or further chaos.